Morning all, happy Thursday, 8:30 on a Thursday morning again. So here we are ready for a bit of a wake-up session, a bit of a Yogalates session today, so a blend between elements of Pilates work and yoga as well. So today we're going to be working, starting in standing, going down onto our hands and our knees, and then finishing seated. So standing, hands and knees, seated. If when we're on our hands and our knees, wrists start to get tired, my wrists start to get tired quite easily, then do feel free to sit back on your heels into child's pose and just take the pressure off of your wrists. Rest whenever you need to. I'll try not to stay on the wrists for too long anyway because it's not particularly comfortable, but anytime you do need to just adjust that, then please do. You will notice that when we are on our hands and knees and I'm stepping my leg forward, I'm definitely now at the point where the bump is of a size where I have to make quite a few adjustments. So my yoga work is not going to look as technically correct as it may have done before I had a large belly. So just a little disclaimer there that it will look slightly different. Where I used to be able to step my leg through, I now have to take my knee down onto the floor so I can sweep my leg round and out the way of the belly. So yeah, that will look a little bit different for you, but I'll be talking as we go. So a comfortable area to work in, non-slip would be great, just because we'll be doing a little bit of balance at the beginning of the session, and a comfortable enough floor to sit and kneel on. If you want to put some padding under your knees, like an extra mat or maybe a rolled up towel for when we are on our hands and knees, then that's absolutely fine as well. Make sure you're comfortable. Make sure you're warm enough too. It's a slow paced session, so we don't want to be getting cold. We want to keep those muscles nice and warm and limber. So let's start in standing. Let's pop ourselves up. Okay, so hopefully you can all see me there. So we'll have a little bit of a mobilization and opening up of the spine to start with, as we always do. And then we're just going to pop in a little bit of balance work. So with the balance work, remember that the foot only needs to come away from the floor as high as you are comfortable with. So for example, let's take tree pose. Traditionally, tree pose would see the inside of our foot aiming to sit above the knee, so on the inside of the thigh, even as high up as the groin. But it's exactly the same exercise and perfectly acceptable to even leave the toes on the floor and just step the heel onto the inside leg, or maybe just wander away slightly and pop that foot onto the inside of the calf. So it's whatever you feel comfortable doing. Certainly if anyone watching is pregnant, then we don't advise taking the leg away from the floor and standing on one leg for too long or with too great a level of difficulty, because we don't want you to topple over. So keep everything very doable. Keep that foot near the floor in case you need to pop it back down again. Okay, so let's level up across the front of those toes. You're about hip distance for those feet. Let's have a lovely open up of that lower back before we go anywhere. So a bit of a roll through the feet. Come right up onto your tiptoes. And as you come right up onto the tiptoes, I want you to draw the belly in and the pelvic floor up, and imagine that you are opening through the chest. So I want you to broaden through the chest. See if you can just pause up on those tiptoes just for a second and then release back down. So coming on up to the tiptoes, see if we can pause, release back down. So let's just do 2 more of those. Inhale, breath as you come up. Imagine you're breathing up into that chest cavity and then release back down. Lovely. Tucking your tailbone a little, opening your chest and growing tall into that crown of the head. Lovely. Sink your chin. So remembering that I always start from the neck. Take your eyes up towards the ceiling, but we're not allowing the spine to arch back. It's not a back bend, we're just having a little nod up through the neck. and then back down into the chest again. And then again, if you take the eyes just up to the ceiling again, and then just bring that chin all the way back down into the chest, and go for a little roll side to side. So let's just roll out the back of the neck. Nice, nice. And then just release it there. Bring that head back up. Take a lazy right ear down to right shoulder. And then come on up and take that lazy left ear down to the shoulder. Oh, nice for the sides of the neck in the morning. And then just come on up and drop that chin one more time. And then bring your head up on top. Go ahead, take an inhale breath and slide your hands down into prayer. A little bit of a press together in prayer with those palms to keep the chest active. Inhale on up and just exhale all the way down. Inhale on up again. Hands come together down into prayer. Doing that one more time. So inhale on up. Exhale down. This time bring your arms up and into prayer. And then if we keep the pelvis nice and still, let's rotate to the right side. Now you won't get a lot of rotation at all with your arms in this position. Absolutely fine though. Come back to the center. Take a little rotation to the left. So just rotating above your waistbands. And then just come back to center. Take those hands on up. And just lose them down to your side. So ready to just sit into our little chair pose. Take the arms on up. Frame your ears. Slide the shoulders. And then I'd like you to drop your bottom back into your chair. Now as you do, we want to keep the spine lovely and long. So just sit down as far as you can, maintain that lovely long neutral spine without letting that big arch creep into the back. So we shouldn't feel any discomfort in our lower back here. Let's hold for another inhale and exhale. As you exhale, start to push on up. Release those arms all the way down. Come up and into prayer. And let's take a rotation to that right side. Back to the center. If you go ahead and rotate into left. Come back to center. Let's take the arms up and then down by your side. Ready to sit into the chair. Let's add a twist this time. So come on up. Frame the ears. Drop the shoulders. Find the top of your chair. Check in on that spine. Is it lovely and long? Have you started to duck back and push the tailbone out, or is it still tucked underneath us, keeping ourselves in neutral spine? Right hand, come around. Can't get my words out there. Come around and just latch onto the outside of that thigh. Little twist. Back to center. Round you go again with that left one. Come back to center. Inhale, breath. Exhale, push on up. Lose those arms all the way down. Draw the belly button in. Ready to come up onto your tiptoes. Inhale, we're lifting through the chest. Imagine you're broadening the chest. Exhale down. Let's have some arms. Pausing at the top. Exhaling down. So we're going to do 2 more of those. Inhale up. So pelvic floor. Imagine it's lifting. Draw it up. Exhale down. Let's just do 1 more. Lifting up into that chest. Exhale down. Nearly lost that one. Let's come on up into our chair last time. Drop the shoulders. Sit, sit, sit. Lengthen that spine away. Inhale. Exhale. Wrap right. Inhale, center. Exhale, wrap left. Inhale, center. Exhale, come up. Lose the arms all the way down. Lovely. Let's roll your spine down. Drop that chin. Let's start to get heavy and roll yourself down. Oh, just hang out for a second there at the bottom. And then start to roll your way back up. Lovely, take the arms on up. Last time into prayer. Rotate right. Through the centre. Rotate left. Centre. Take the arms up. Let's roll down one more time. So the arms can come down. Go for the chin, the head, neck, shoulders, upper back. Pause at the bottom. And then up you start to roll. Give your shoulders a really lovely roll back at the top. So exaggerate that circle. Oh, right up top of the ears, that feels nice. Do 2 more of those. And we're just going to do 1 more of those. Take that lovely big roll back on the shoulders. Lovely. And release there. Superb. So we're going to pop down onto hands and knees, folks. So I'm going to turn myself side on. And let's take a swan dive to get down there. So I'm going to take my legs a little bit wider than hip distance, just so there's somewhere to put the bulge. Draw that belly button in and that tailbone under again. So we want to watch that we don't start to hyperextend that spine ever, so drawing that tailbone underneath us. Take the arms on up. Lovely. Come down into prayer. Let's get ready to swan dive. So we're coming up. Hands get out to the side. We start to tip forwards. Bend your knees if you need to on the way down. I know I'm going to need to. And then just hang for a second. Doesn't matter if your fingertips are not on the floor. And then bring your hands up onto your shins or a little higher and just draw the shoulder blades back into a nice flat tabletop. Release down. 1 more time, step the hands on up, draw the shoulder blades back and down. And then we're going to take ourselves onto hands and knees. So if we release the hands, bend the knees, let's walk on down, get yourselves comfy. So let's just sit back into child's pose. Take those knees wide if that's more comfortable, or if you've got a bump in the way, and just sit yourself back and just get as low to the floor as you feel comfortable. So for me now, comfortable is staying on my forearms, whereas I used to really enjoy getting my head to the floor and folding down super tight. But now, of course, got to keep the bump not done squashing too much, so I'm going to stay up here on my forearms. Let's come up onto hands and knees. Bring the knees together again if you had them wide. We're going to draw this belly button in and really connect to these core muscles. Spread your fingertips out into the floor. Get ready to float your knees away from the floor. Now you can keep the roof of your foot on the floor, or you can tuck your toes. It's whichever feels most comfortable for you. Draw that belly button in. Get ready to lift on up. Inhale, exhale, push. Elbows are soft. Keep lifting up into the top of the back. Keep lifting up into the lower back. Release to floor. We're going to do 1 more before we have a sit back. So take an inhale breath. Exhale, push away, draw the belly. Lovely. And release to floor. Take the knees wide if you need to for child's pose, and just sit the weight back. See if you can walk your hands a little bit further forwards this time. We come up onto hands and knees, and I want you to drop into your cow. So belly down, arch up into cat as you start to sit back. So again, up on hands and knees, just a little arch. Coming up into your cat, little sit back. Let's do that 1 more time. So come on up, dropping into cow, arching up into cat, sit back. Lovely. And then just come up into that nice flat back. Knees come in if they were a bit wide. Now what we need to do is step our right leg forwards. So to do that for me, I'm going to move my hands, step out and step forwards. So let's just bring ourselves into this lovely low lunge. We're going to take our right hand, so left hand stays down, right hand I want you to open up towards the ceiling. It doesn't matter if it doesn't point all the way up to the ceiling. Just open out that chest, bring it back down, and then we're just going to do one more of those, so opening up. Lovely. Closing back down, and then let's wander back into a little half monkey. So releasing and stretching this hamstring. So we just start to walk the weight back. And if you're comfortable here, you can really fold over this front leg. Let's just wiggle back forwards again, opening up the chest. Come on down. Open up that chest one more time. Come on down. One more time, little walk back into half monkey. And let's hold that hamstring stretch a little bit longer this time. So you'll feel all under here, under that thigh, stretching away. You can lift your toes up towards the ceiling and stretch down into the heel if you like. Or you can keep that foot flat, whichever feels better. Walk your hands to the side so we can sweep the leg out of the way. And just in between, I want you to sit back. Sit back into those heels, little rock side to side. Let's ease that lower back out. And then come back up onto all fours. Level yourself up. And let's get ready to hover those knees again. So belly button. If you draw it in, lift up, 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 up into that upper back. Big inhale breath. Exhale, push, push. Keep that breath. Release into the floor. Let's go one more, so don't drop that spine into cat. Let's keep it lifted in neutral. Inhale, breath, connect everything up and lift. And release into the floor, super. Wider, hands a bit further forwards. Sit back. Come forward, you're coming up into your cow. So drop belly, drop chest. Back into cat. Forwards into cow. Into cat. And then just back to a nice flat back. Squaring ourselves up again, so your left foot can come around. Okay, lovely. So we're here in our lovely low lunge. The more we can lunge into this back leg, the more hip flexor stretch we get. Let's go ahead and open on up left arm. Sweeping down. And again, if you open up one more time left. Sweep down, let's walk back, little half monkey. Feel that stretch underneath the hamstring, trying to relax that knee down. There goes my knee, just relaxed there, took a little while. Let's come forwards again, open up left side. Sweep down. One more time, go ahead and open on up. Come on down. Last little half monkey here. Relax that knee, so there it goes, relaxes there. And then if you come on back, step that leg away. Last time sitting back, child's pose. Little wiggle side to side for that low back. And then if we prepare to curl ourselves up, so maybe you might like to use the hands to help you to just roll on up to a lovely tall spine. Super. Let's pop yourself onto your front. Onto your bottom, facing front is what I meant. Definitely not lying on my front. Take those feet in front of you. So you guys are going to sit hip distance with your legs. You'll notice that on mine are a little bit wider than would be ideal, just so that I can put my belly in the middle. Use those hands on the back of your thighs to really lift up tall through the spine and into the crown. And we're going to go ahead and take a rotation around to that right side. So round we go. And use that back hand to just prop yourself up. So lifting nice and tall into the chest. And then let's walk our way back to the center and take it around to the left. Use this left hand as your scaffolding to push that spine up lovely and tall as you come around. Come back to center. So we're going to be taking hold of that right foot now. So take your left hand, slide it to the right instep. Excuse my legs having to bend all over the place. And we're coming up, up. So hopefully your knee is more central than mine. See, mine's kinking out to the side because this belly is in the way. You can keep that hand down at the back just to keep yourself lifted. And then let's just come on around. We're going to take it round to that left side. So sweep that right one down, grab left, up you come. Hopefully your knee isn't kinking out to the side. And then let's just come back around. And I'd like you to take the soles of your feet together into bound angle pose. So if you find that your knees are very high, then it just means your hips are a little bit tight. So walk those heels away from you. Otherwise, let's grab on around your ankles or your feet. Snug that spine up lovely and tall. And then just imagine that your pelvis is starting to rock forward. So what I don't want to see here is we don't want to be rounding our spine. We want to keep the spine tall and think about folding. You won't go anywhere near as far. You're not going to be getting your nose down onto your feet unless you're very, very mobile through the lower back and the hips. But we want to keep the spine protected and keep it lovely and long. And then just come on back up. Keep that spine lovely and tall. Take your right arm out, up and over. Nice. And then a little kick to the other side. Come up with that right one. Go up and over to the left. Lengthening one more time. Over you go, right side. Lengthening over. Really push into your fingertips. And then let's go one more to the other side. Lovely push over. And then release it down here. Fabulous, good stuff. So let's just bring those feet to however they're comfortable. And just draw that spine up lovely and tall. Let's have a last stretch for the neck. Sinking on down. Feel lovely and heavy. And roll that head, stretching through the back of the neck. And then draw that head back up on top. Take a look over to that right side. And then come back through the centre, over you go to that left side. Come back to centre. Let's go down right here, right shoulder. Up in the centre, down you go left to left. And then come up, drop the chin one more time. And then your head back up on top. Lovely, let's lose the arms. Take a nice deep breath into top. Relax them down. Let's go all the way up to the top and into prayer. Slide them down. And have a little bow at the end of your practice for today. So I hope you go on to have a fantastic day. Sky looks lovely and blue, and the sun looks like it's coming out from where I'm sitting. So hopefully it will be a lovely day. I'll see you guys a bit later at 5 o'clock for some body conditioning, so some legs, bums and tums. I will, we'll see you then. Have a great day, folks. See ya.